Hello, future minions, and welcome to Mad Science with Doctor Frenetic, teaching you the science of tomorrow so that I can take over the world with it. I'm your host and future world emperor, Doctor Frenetic, and today we're going to be looking at the exciting science of cloning. Now, first a demonstration. Let's see. Flux capacitance normal. Power at 1.21 gigawatts. I think that we are ready. Igor, throw the switch! It worked! It worked! I have successfully cloned myself! Golly, am I handsome! Alright, Igor, let's power down the machine. Alright, there are four of us now. Fine. Now with the Frenetic Council. Four is plenty, that's really fine. Igor, turn off the machine. This could be a problem.
The cloning machine takes 5 seconds to recharge, after which time it clones all of the Doctor Frenetics, effectively doubling the frenetic population. How fast is this population growing? Well, to find out, we need to learn a bit about exponential growth. Let's take an example. Suppose I put $100 in the bank with a 3% interest rate. So I start out with $100. At the end of the first year, I still have my initial $100, but I've also got an additional 3%. 3% of $100 can also be written as 0.03 times $100. Parenthesis multiplication allows us to pull the $100 outside of the parentheses. This leaves us with 100 times 1.03. In other words, at the end of the year, we have 103% of what we started with. This leaves us with $103. So we start with $100. After the first year, we have 100 times 1.03. Every year, I get 3% interest. That means that I end every year with 103% of what I had at the end of the last year. We can continue this pattern going forwards. If you rewrite each of these equations using exponents, a pattern emerges. After n years, we've got $100 times 1.03 to the nth power. In this case, $100 is our initial amount. 1.03 is known as the growth factor, and 0.03 is the growth rate. We can use variables to generalize this equation. We represent the initial amount with A and the growth rate with R. Let's find out how much money we would make on $100 of initial capital at a 0.03 interest rate over 100 years. You may want to use a calculator for this one. And there's our answer.
But what about me?
Let's come up with a formula to describe the growth of the Doctor Frenetic population. We started out with 1 Doctor Frenetic, so our initial value, or A, is 1. Every time that the cloning machine activates, we get 1 frenetic for every frenetic that we already have. Just like in the previous example, we got 3 cents for every dollar that we had, or 3%. So our growth rate is 1. So we can summarize our whole equation as 2 to the nth power. The cloning machine activates approximately every 5 seconds, so since this video started, it's gone about 180 times. There's lots of them now. For perspective, that's about a trillion frenetics for every one other person on Earth.
Wait, really? That was it? I built a cloning machine and 3 minutes later I've already taken over the Earth? That was too easy. I'm surprised no one else has done it. Huh. Well, I'm World Emperor Frenetic, and I'll see you next time on The Mad Science Show with Doctor Frenetic.